Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Playing with my audio and setups today. My webcam started not working. We're gonna do some fiddling a little bit and kind of roll up into this one. So let me see what the dimensions of this are supposed to be. 340 by 500. 340 by 500. Okay. Let's get a little bit of cleanliness. There we go. Humans are horrible at multitasking, right? We can't actually do two things at the same time, but we can switch back and forth between them very quickly, very poorly. So I might as well just put this up here and show you what I'm doing. Alright, so when I opened up my software for streaming software today, none of this stuff the webcam wasn't working. It literally just wasn't there. So it lost all my sizing stuff. And already I forgot, what was the size I'm trying to do? 340 by 500? That seems wrong. 500. Oh, maybe. I'm guessing it's times 2. Position, alignment. Oh, and then we can look how many pixels over should this be? 1580. 1580 pixels over. And I need a cheat sheet for this stuff so I can recover from this quickly. It's like, why is this so much work? Okay, how are things looking? Okay, yeah, it's looking like half of what it's supposed to be, huh? So let's try 680. 680? That looks almost correct. It looks like there's a gap. What to do, what to do? Oh, can I see the dimensions of this one? 340, so that is 340, 580. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I've got cropping going on. So, wait. Bounding box. No bounds. Let's try this again. Okay, webcam. Hey, Asha! Good to see you in chat. How are you doing this lovely Thursday? See, I think what I've got going on is I've got these things cropped. So let's see. Okay. Do I look smushed? I feel like everything is condensed. So something's not right. Maybe I just go be a weird condensed version. No bounds, stretch to bounds, scale to inner bounds. No. Let's try these. Let's see what happens. Stretching. Well, actually, we might be onto something here. It's not a great position at my desk. Maybe I can move this over a little bit so then. Alright. Alright, now if we just pray to the OBS streaming gods to keep everything nice, this will work. And now I can't actually tell if that's what's going on here. Cool. Alright, everything looks good. Whoa. No. I almost just killed the stream. Let me get this out of the way. And that's a behind the scenes look of what's going on when people are streaming live. Okay, All right, let's take a sip of water and start fresh. Hey designers, happy Thursday. I am Adam Ruff, a product designer at AngelList on the venture team. And welcome to my weekly live design stream. I'm here to share things, answer your questions, in general, just try to be helpful. And sometimes we have specific goals. So tonight, we've got one short portfolio review I want to do. I've got a few things I want to explore/share. And then the big thing I want to focus on tonight is getting some stuff done so we can launch the next design contest tomorrow or tonight. UX design contest. I'll plug this in here because this will be something that I'll be talking a little bit more about. Asha's doing good. Excellent. She's made it to some on-site interviews and she found some of my advice and videos to be helpful. You are most welcome. Keep up the good work with the interviews and I'll be super excited to hear about when you are starting your new job. I did an interview today as well from the hiring aspect. I was interviewing an engineering candidate for the team that I work with. It's really exciting. We're trying to hire like 5 or 6 software developers, software engineers, and that means we can do even more stuff, which is super exciting. Alrighty, before we do portfolio review, let's do a little bit of show and tell here. I've got some things opened that I kind of wanted to explore. I don't think I want to explore this one. This one's too heavy. Review showcase. I do want to explore this. By the way, I discover a lot of these things on Product Hunt. If you're not familiar with the P or the cats, I highly recommend checking out Product Hunt. You can even get a browser extension. Let's see, can I just go to the, it does, fantastic. They have a cool Chrome extension. I have it set up as my browser default, so every time I open a new tab, I get a peek at some cool stuff, cool new product launches. Interactive customer service report. There's always cool stuff going on. And I wanted to check out a couple of these things tonight. Okay. Played@once.app. Go. Okay. So let's get organized and then let's do this. Cool. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to check out really quick. First is this thing called Spinneret. It's got a little pitch. Hey Ralph, good evening to you, sir. How are you doing today? Record and automate anything on the web. Sounds super cool, so let's try it. I'm recording something. As you interact with web pages, it records each unique step. Try it out below. Click me. Okay. Right-click me to extract text. Now you've recorded some steps. Hit record button again to finish the track. Track steps, you click something else, and you put some text in, then you read some text. When you run your track, Spinneret recreates the same steps. So this is interesting. So this might be able to automate some different flows that I do on websites. Wow, I typed in hello world. Okay, that's pretty cool. So how do I do this? Programmatic and API. No, I just want something I can use right away. Once invoked, tracks runs in the cloud in a virtual browser. Okay, cool. I guess I have to download this browser. And I have to sign up. I guess I don't have to sign up for email updates. Maybe not. Let's see what happens when I open it. Ragarai, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Okay, just so you can see what's going on. It's doing the little add spinnerets to applications. I'm assuming that took. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's open it. I'm just hoping that doesn't crash everything, basically. Sign in or sign up with Google. It's asking me to enter in my Google account information. I'm going to do that real quick off screen. Associate you with your personal info, see your personal info, view your email address. Okay. Great. I've signed up. Cool. So let's do something. Let's go to UX Design Contest, since I'm going to be talking about this and working on it a little bit later. Oh no. Where did it go? There we go. Oh, you can't paste. Oh, that's annoying. You have to type. Typing's so slow. And prone to errors. So I'm going here. Oh, I didn't start recording. Now I'm going to record, I guess. I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling down more. And I want to check out this contest. I just clicked on it, I believe, and nothing is happening. All right, so that was totally useless. So this was Spinneret test number 1. Complete failure. Clicked on a link and nothing happened. Dead end. Click, click, click. So I can run the track. Let's just watch this. Failure. Here's the site. Oh, interesting. It doesn't show scrolling. It just has, presumably it has clicks going on. Oh, there's like nothing there. Weird. Alright, well that was short-lived. I feel like, how do you launch stuff without, I don't know, maybe it's just me and it works for someone else? You can try it out. If anyone else has a try, finds out something that works better. I think the concept is great, but I'd say recently I feel like 80-90% of the things that sound really cool on Product Hunt that I go check out are just like broken or completely useless. They have amazing ideas and like great promises, and they don't live up to my expectations or my needs, which is fair enough for, you know, a V1 or MVP product, but it should work. Here's another thing. So create interactive stories on the web. How does this work? Our stories are built for interactions. Engage your audience with immersive mobile-first experience. What story would you like to create? I would like to just gather insights. Oh, interesting. That's like the mobile thing. I'll start it here. Nice. And how do you, then what? Available when? Ah, it just took over. Welcome. Now you can edit the story you just previewed. I don't really care to preview this, but okay. Hi. And you can resize things, kind of. Can I zoom? Not really. Can I create my own? Copy of onboarding story. Can you start over from scratch? Create a new story. Sticker, media, embed, blocks. What kind of blocks do they have? Quote? Checklist, I guess? Popping things. Okay, this is kind of fun. I don't have a specific... I'm guessing this is all Unsplash stuff. It is. Let's see how to push things to the back. Let's see if it works intuitively. Okay, there we go. This is really, how do you change the colors? Sticker, text. Doesn't look like you have very fine control over things. Like, can I change the opacity of this? Can you duplicate? Let's find out. Alright, so you can kind of duplicate things. And there's very opinionated little blocks and things. Okay. Analytics. Join to get analytics. Answers. Join to access results. Okay, that makes sense. They let you in and play around with it. Okie doke. Kind of neat. I'd say more successful than Spinneret. Once editor. Wish I had time to more time to spend on these kind of marketing things. I think it would be fun. Okay, so can you upload your own? Media upload, of course you can. Fantastic. What is embed? Embed is a map or a tweet. It's blocks. I don't really have a ton of blocks. Engage, but then you can make a little poll. Oh, nice. I can make a little countdown for design contest. All right, it's kind of cool. The next thing I wanted to look at was this thing called Review Showcase. And I think the pitch on Product Hunt was something like super simple reviews, right? Effortless reviews for a web page. So I was kind of curious to see if they had an idea of how it works. So you can add this to any website. Product. Review invites. Review showcase. What's review invites? An effective way. Will you leave us a quick review? Oh, interesting. Enter a customer's cell. And their phones. Ask for feedback and reviews. Entering text on the phone is not great. Not super thrilled about that. But this is what it looks like. Why does it have Google by everything? I don't know. You can filter out negative ratings. Give the rosy picture of your place. Alright. Probably not going to use that. Press hunt. Get more press by monitoring news articles with search filters and alerts. Monitor. So I think this is kind of cool. I always wish there was an easy way to kind of scrape the web for the most actionable or interesting articles. Discover journalist. Oh, I just want to try for free. Okay, here we can enter something in. So let's do Medium. What? Isn't it medium.com? Sure it is. So they don't do medium.com. I don't understand. They monitor thousands of news articles, match them to journalists, then display journalist contact and metadata. Use search filters to find relevant articles, add your favorite reporters, even set alerts. Start conversation with journalists. Alright, how about TechCrunch? I don't understand why there's no auto search. Like, is this person... Okay, here's Tech... So they did write an article for TechCrunch. Okay, I can see TechCrunch. Great. How about Fastco? Company. Nope. They have TechCrunch. I'm trying to look at these logos. Alright, just TechCrunch. Okay, and then it lists journalists. I don't know. I guess it's not what I expected. This is about discovering journalists when I really don't... I mean... Yay, thank you, journalists, but I actually don't care so much about who wrote it. I care about like what the content is. So my expectation was that this was a way to search for specific content areas and get a bunch of articles, but I guess that's not it. So goodbye. All right, last but not least, there's this thing called Explore Beta. It's a free online chart maker and visual data exploration tool. So I think we need some spreadsheet data. Is there a test? Looks like we can use a test. So this is IMDb movies database, a segment of it. Runtime and revenue by genre, number of movies by director, average rating by genre. Yeah, let's see. What's the most highly rated genre? They're all pretty close, but it looks like interesting. Animation, biography. Animation and biography are the highest rated categories in IMDb's top 1,000 movies from the decade 2006 to 2016. That's pretty cool. You can change the color of genre. Oh, nice. You actually just pick it and then it will do something. Title. Filters. You can play around with filters. You can add a filter like, let's see, let's filter genre. Let's do rating. No, the ratings are not that different. So how do I get out? So you have to pick something. So it's like a little bug. You have to pick this, or you just delete it. Then you have to try again. Revenue greater than 100 million. This one, crime and biography jump up. That's interesting. For movies that grossed 100 million in revenue. All right. I mean, this tool sounds kind of cool. Once you have this chart, then what can you do with it? You can pick what kind of chart you want to see. This chart doesn't make any sense. What happened? Now I can't go back. Uh-oh. There's no way to... I guess I can undo. Maybe this will take me back. Let's see if we undo enough things. There we go. Cool. And then can you So you can embed in your app. Want to embed this interface. We're building blah, blah, blah. Huh. Okay, so it's not any sort of easy export, but you could take a screenshot of this if you're looking to do something to add a static image. Looks like you can even make it bigger. Oh yeah, you can, which is great for making a nice screenshot. So I'd say this is pretty cool. Put in your data from your research, and you can get a simple little chart. I like it. Can we discuss job hunting? Of course, we can discuss anything you want. Please input specific questions, and I'll be happy to elaborate on those. Cool, so those are the little share and tell. I guess share and tell. If you have found any cool tools or books or articles or whatever it is that has helped you and you think it'll help other designers, let me know so we can check it out. Ragare says we can use Tableau for this. Okay, yeah, it's great. You made many changes in your portfolio after my feedback. Cool. I hope it was helpful, and I hope your portfolio is even stronger now. Speaking of that, I'm gonna dive right into a real quick portfolio review for Jenny. This is gonna be a short one. I'm gonna set a timer because I tend to ramble. I'm gonna get better at being focused on these things. So let me set a timer, and let's take a look at, I believe, a specific case study. All right, so here we go. Jenny Huang. I'll comment one thing. I noticed that we do have the name in the tab. Yay, that's great. Also think about how you maintain that in your navigation or your site too. Where am I, right? If I just looked at this page, where am I, based on the page, I don't really know. And then a little nitpick thing, I see these icons, they don't feel like they're vertically aligned with this text here. Not a big deal. All right, so case study time. Overall, my first impression here is it's starting to be very, it's clean, right? Clean and modern visuals, great. Let's see what this story is about. I get there's some mobile stuff going on. Great. Plant.io, Internet of Things app design. This is super common. This is something that you hear me talk about a lot if you've seen me do some of these portfolio reviews. Plant.io means nothing to me. Internet of Things app design also doesn't tell me a lot about at least the impact or why this project existed. And for a good case study, answering that question why as you're going along is super important. So for example, this could be something like making sure that, house plants never die, right? Keeping house plants alive through IoT app design. Why? Like, what's the purpose? What's the impact? Reducing carbon emissions by helping people keep their green plants alive, right? In terms of context, why is a big one. I'm also looking for things like duration. Great. Happened in January, so very recently, right? Last month, 2.5 weeks. Okay, great. The team, there is Stefan and Jenny, right? In terms of thinking about what work you did, I encourage people to think about responsibilities rather than roles, right? Role, user research, I guess it'd be user researcher, right? Project manager, interaction designer, wireframes, prototype. I guess some of these are high level responsibilities, right? but it doesn't actually tell me what tasks you did. So I always encourage people, in terms of Ragarai's question about job hunting, think about how you can more effectively map the story you're presenting to the story that's in the job post. So most job posts have a section entitled responsibilities or expectations, or it describes the kind of work you're going to do. Responsible for conducting customer interviews, contextual inquiries, and usability tests. Cool. Those are specific tasks. If you did some of those tasks, it's much more clear than user research. So think about how you can highlight some of those tasks, because another big issue that I see with most case studies is I can scan through or read through the case study and I have zero idea about what work the person actually did. So I'm hoping to be able to tell from this what work Jenny did. Objective. The goal for this project is to identify opportunities in the IoT market, devise a solution based on user needs and pain points. We want to provide plant owners with the information and tools they need to keep their plants alive and happy. Okay, so like that's cool. And again, the question is why? Like, why does anyone want to help plant owners keep their plants alive and happy? Outside of just being helpful, being generally helpful. What's the business behind this? How do you support this? Is this a nonprofit doing this? Is this a greenhouse doing this? Like, who's gonna do this? I don't understand who this is for. There's also a thing, it says business model and then it says view proposal. I don't know what's gonna happen when I click on that. It's taking me to a Google Doc. Customers, product targets potential customers, plant novices, plant enthusiasts. That's 5 minutes already? Holy moly. I barely scratched the surface. Alright, I have to spend a little bit more time. Revenue streams, free, silver tier, gold tier. $4 to $5. So there's some thinking about, right, business model, which is good. And it's great. That's a fine thing to link to. So going back to this objective, I think it's really important to understand what the objective is and what are those results. How are you going to measure things? What are the success metrics? Is this a prototype and you're going to collect prepayments on this prototype? Is this, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Tools. I find it very interesting when people use all variety of design tools like Figma, Illustrator, and Photoshop. Figma is vector-based. Adobe Illustrator is vector-based. Photoshop is raster, but I bet they probably have little bits of, do they have any kind of vector stuff that they're doing these days? I have no idea, but to me, whenever I see this, I think, why so many tools? I tend to use like one design tool. I haven't touched Photoshop in years. Not to say there's anything wrong with it. If you're going to be doing some advanced editing of photos, like Photoshop is fantastic. If you're doing some simple keyframe animations, Photoshop is fantastic. It's just not clear like why all these tools are needed. Keep your plant alive and happy. Okay? So here's some screenshots. Let's scroll through and see if we can get a gist of what happened with this project. Product preview, blah, blah, blah. Too long, not going to read it. Research. They talked with 6 people. They asked about, here's what we want to know. So this is the kind of thing, this is an opportunity to improve scannability, right? You want to know, when I'm scanning this, I do this. Research, here's what we want to know. This could be bold or maybe another heading. Watering. You want to know watering. You want to know light and soil conditions. You want to know care schedule. You want to know plant care habits. Actually, that's not what you want to know. Ironically, this text information here is the most important thing. Where's my... So, right, this watering I actually don't care about, right? Think about how you can not only simplify the amount of text, right? Reducing text is gonna make it easier to scan and get through, but make sure you're highlighting really the important things. This is what you want to know. Do people struggle with, and I would argue that this is even super verbose, and you could even simplify this, right? My trick for text is whatever you write first, cut it in half, and then try cutting it in half again. And then you're starting to get down to something that's a strong sentence, right? Do people struggle with watering their plants? Boom. That's the question. Do people know the ideal light and soil conditions for their plants? Boom, right? This is so funny. This is no, it's not so fun. I was actually at a recent mentor night event. There was a guy who was showing me kind of a simple prototype of an app that would help you pick where to put large plants as you're doing landscaping, like your own landscaping. He had a background in landscaping design, and so this kind of project is reminding me of that. He never did share it with me. I told him I would love to talk about his project because I think it's a great exercise in helping to bridge the gap between user experience design and product design. You've got some people, great. Like, why are you showing me this? I don't know. Survey results. Then they surveyed more people with a Google form. Some people most of the respondents think plants are awesome. Okay, like what does that mean? Why is that important? 33% are, only a third are concerned about watering, and most of them have killed a plant. They did some competitor research. Well, teammate Stefan did some research. So what did Jenny do exactly? So far, I don't know anything that Jenny did specifically. We captured blah, blah, blah. We tried to blah, blah, blah. So what did Jenny do? I don't know. This is what we found. People have most issues with watering. Even enthusiasts aren't sure they're doing the right thing. People love the mood that plants. I guess think about what's relevant, right? Like, people love the mood that plants introduce into their space. Is that a problem to solve? Not really. Is it something you can capitalize on? I don't know. Knowing when to repot or refertilize is a big unknown. Okay, great. So you flagged some like key opportunity areas. Watering, just general care, and when to repot or refertilize. Personas, again, this is another thing I'm big on, is like, why did you create personas? Most of the time in case studies, I see these personas introduced. It looks like someone spent a lot of time on these things, and you never hear about them again. So it's like, if you create them and don't use them, like, what's the point? Why did you spend the time? In general, this is also another case study that goes very broad and shallow, right? It's giving me a really shallow look at what happened in the project. And so far, I haven't really come across any particular like design challenges. I don't know what design challenges they dealt with. Then they did how might we question and did inspiration mood board. Again, like, why is this important? Why did they choose to invest in this? Okay, so here's something that Jenny did. All right, she started doing some illustrations. Okay, they're nice illustrations. Kudos on this, like cool little animations. Is this something that Jenny wants to focus on? Like, is this part of the story that she's telling? Like, hey, I'm good at illustration animation, and I can use this to help tell stories, to help enhance product experiences. This is one of my superpowers. Maybe this might be something to focus on more. Like, how did you pick cactus? How did you pick, these decisions to do these things? What context is this going to be used in? What were you thinking when you picked this particular dimension? Like, I have so many why questions that don't get answered. Solution. Okay, so Jenny drafted up the business proposal. Cool. What's the TLDR of the business proposal? What's the summary? Teammates sketched up a storyboard and created visuals. She sketched out a first-time user flow. Okay. Explored some data visualization methods. Typically label each variant. So I don't know where we see that here, or like what's going on. When you share images, it's often really helpful to include a figure caption. What are you showing me and why, right? There's that question again, why? Prototyping. Who did the prototyping? Don't know. What tools did you use for this, right? I didn't see any tools about prototyping, but it says you designed these wireframes. It looks like kind of like balsamic, but not really, so don't know what tools were used there. Maybe this is an Illustrator thing. Style guide. Okay, Jenny created a style guide. Why did you create a style guide? How's it going to help? How did you use it? Then you did some user testing. Cool. How did you do user testing? What were the tasks that you sent people through? Here's, I guess, some findings. Navigation. They missed a way to go back. They wish they identified a potential feature or unsolved need. Right? Onboarding, confusing as to how a device should be used. They identified needed clear illustrations. Interesting. Animations. I guess people were excited about that. That was cool. I guess they're doing things in Figma to do the prototype. Okay, and then they have a little demo. Okay, there's animations. And you can connect. I can't really read anything or see what's going on. I don't know the tasks. I'm literally just clicking around on stuff. Okay. My big thing for prototypes, because we use prototypes for usability testing, I always recommend, if you're sharing a prototype, give someone a list of tasks so they can go through the usability test just like a participant, because when we share the prototype with someone, they are a participant in our usability test, right? Whether they like it or not. That's my big thing there. Key takeaways. Again, there was no success metrics identified, so I don't really know how to evaluate this. It definitely showed that Jenny can work with someone and do these kind of different tasks. I was able to identify some of the things that she worked on, like wireframes, like the illustration animation and style guide. So if that's what she wants me to remember, or someone who's reading to remember, cool. I think there's a lot to be said about some of these interesting decisions, right, that went on in the product. I saw almost none of that. I'd say this is just very typical of like a junior designer case study that basically says like, hey, I know how to do a bunch of different things. Let me show you some evidence that I can do those things and talk about it at a very shallow level. And that's fine. There may be there may be opportunities who are really looking for someone with this particular skill set, and maybe this does enough to get them curious, to invite them in and talk about things. In terms of more senior roles and opportunities, I think the big thing that in general is missing from these is, again, the impact focus. Like, why did this project exist? The attention to measuring impact and success, starting from the very clear goals that are both that demonstrate user focus and also business focus, right? And aligning those two. And then following through with actually measuring those and identifying things that worked and didn't work, as well as going in a little bit deeper to some of the particularly interesting or challenging design aspects, right? Some of these things are straightforward, right? Searching for something. Okay, yeah, you click search and you type something in. Great, familiar pattern. Don't need to tell me how you did the search. But there may be other particularly unique or interesting challenges that this particular product faced that would be interesting to dive into a little bit deeper to see more of that design thinking as applied to the project. I like the language here. What went well? Complementary strengths. They liked using Figma because they're both able to collaborate on the same document. Cool. Interviews were insightful. People were more passionate. This one I feel is a little bit less actionable. I guess maybe it's like do user interviews, I guess could be the takeaway, but like what made that insightful? I think you can dig a little bit deeper. Again, you can ask why. Why did complementary strengths boost the team performance? Why was co-editing in Figma fast, intuitive, and amazing? Right? Are there specific things that you found out, ways of using Figma that really helped, right? So even going a little bit deeper, again, it all comes down to why, right? Challenges, meeting in the middle. So like, how do you resolve when you're kind of equal partners and you have to pick a path? Like, how did they do it? So she talked about the challenge. She didn't say how she talked about a challenge or issue. She didn't say how she solved it, right? Balancing the project with a full-time job. So how do you go above and beyond and kind of put forth extra effort in a sustainable way? I guess coffee was Jenny's method. Or was there anything else she did or that she recommends for people who are having to push themselves a little bit more? All right. Thank you, Jenny. I hope that this brief review was helpful. I'm going to put some claps in chat and then catch up on chat, what people are saying. Thank you for letting me focus on that stuff. All right, let's catch up with Asha. In terms of usability tests, she'd love to learn more about how to conduct them well. Do you have any resources like that available? So that's kind of funny that you asked that. Next month, the end of March, I'm going to be presenting at an event about usability tests, specifically how to write better usability tests. I think that that's really important. Like, it's kind of like the quality of the tasks and questions that you put into the usability test often has an impact on the kinds of observations and insights you're able to discover. So stay tuned, Asha. That's a great question. I also have on my website a few things that I point out. I'll put in the link so it's easy. You don't have to type. It's way easier to click a link than to type it. If you scroll down, and I haven't set these up on their own pages. I think I should do that so they're more discoverable. But I do have these 10 tips for designing better usability tests. You can check it out. Originally, this was written it was really focused on usertesting.com, like remote usability tests, where writing tasks and question is even more important. And I've got a bunch of like tips here. So I would recommend checking that out. And then as more information becomes available about the event that I mentioned, I will definitely share that with everyone. So thank you for that. Let's see, catching up next. Raghurai is asking Asha to share job hunting tips. That's great. Yeah. Can all help each other. Ralph has a question. When preparing to conduct a usability test, should he do the full visual UI design or just enough on the wireframe so users can understand? I think that's a really interesting question, Ralph. And you know that my favorite answer, the answer that there's a couple things to be thoughtful of, right? One is that if wireframes look really rough, kind of janky, not fully polished, you're less likely to get people nitpicking about colors and things because it will be obvious, it will be more obvious that it's a rough concept or rough idea. So when you tell them, hey, this is a rough concept or rough idea that I'm going to have you look at, they get it. They're probably not going to say, I don't like this blue. Whereas if you present something that's highly polished, sometimes you can get some feedback that's more, focused on the visual layer, and you don't want to focus on that. However, there are times, right? I'd say like everything has exceptions. There's no like black and white rules. One thing that I have found is that for users of existing products, so let's say someone has been using a product for years and we're coming out with a new feature or we're iterating and changing something. In that case, I tend to be designing in kind of production level visual design, because that's how we're iterating. We have our design system, we have it set up in the tools, and in that case, I think it can be helpful to present a product prototype experience that's as close to real as possible, so that you can potentially even pitch them, hey, this is a prototype and we want you to kick the tires on it. It's not going to have real data, but it should work as the actual app will. So a couple different things to think about. I'm curious to hear, Ralph, what have you done in the past? How have you made the decision whether to do the kind of polished prototype or a really rough wireframe? Raghurai is asking, how do we find recent job postings? Ooh, you asked the question I love, because I get to plug AngelList. So AngelList is a company that helps startups, and we have a few different businesses under the AngelList umbrella. And hey, I'm glad you're catching this live too. Welcome. You are definitely, this is live. We're on. As I was mentioning, AngelList is kind of this umbrella brand that has a talent area, has a venture area. We have product hunt. We have kind of the homepage of tech. Got a lot of stuff going on. And in terms of job search, if you're looking for some cool opportunities at startups or companies who act like startups, you can find a lot of cool stuff here. I love that you can do advanced filtering, so you can look for companies where you can get more equity, right? Or you can put in your desired salary range. You can pick locations, so different cities, or whether you're looking for remote kind of stuff. This thing keeps getting better. The talent team just keeps working and improving this. So highly recommend checking out AngelList for jobs. Second question Raghurai got: how do we use design language while interviewing How do we use design language when interviewing? I don't know exactly what you mean by that question. Does this have to do with like referring to specific concepts or like design jargon? I don't fully understand that question. So if you can help me out, maybe try saying it in a slightly different way. That may help me understand exactly what you're getting at. And your third question is about whiteboard challenges. Whiteboard challenges, what I recommend, just practice. I mean, it's literally just practice. So you can get your thoughts down. Start by asking any questions that you have. Try to figure out, right, who you're designing for. What are the goals? What are the expectations for the whiteboard challenge, right? Treat this like a project. You want to get to the end. You don't want to spend half an hour and get, 10% of the way. Another strategy that has worked for me for whiteboard challenges is working backwards. So again, really starting with, okay, what is the result I want to have? What is the impact? And then working backwards. Okay, so here's who I'm designing for. This is what's important to them, and these are the goals or the metrics that I want to hit. Now I'm going to start thinking backwards from there. Excellent. Ralph says, have you heard of Catch a Fire? I have not heard of that. What is this, Ralph? I'm gonna put it in the browser and see what's up. Catch a Fire. Skill-based volunteer matching. Interesting. I kind of want to post for design contest, UX design contest, because I've had a good experience with one volunteer, Lisa. She's been an amazing help to me in getting this next contest ready. Connects with passionate pro bono professionals. Interesting. So I'm glad you shared this with me, Ralph. Thank you for that. I'm going to post the link in chat. So this is yet another, it seems like the potential, there may be kind of design project opportunities here. So this is potentially another way for people to do the work before they have the job, which I think is a great way to do it. So many good questions, man. All right, Asha asks, how do you as a new designer think about working for a consumer product versus enterprise product in terms of career building and growth? So I've been fortunate to work on both enterprise and consumer products. I don't think there's any, super unique or special thing about either one of them that would make me say, oh, you should definitely avoid enterprise and focus on consumer, or vice versa. I think the main thing is just being able to demonstrate your ability to have impact and develop empathy with different types of customers, right? Enterprise customers and consumer customers often have very different contexts, have different goals and needs in terms of what they expect, especially from software and applications. But yeah, I think that at the end of the day, you're gonna have some type of customer. It shouldn't really matter who they are, as much as your ability to just understand their context, where they're coming from, and develop that empathy so you can design things that they love. I think that's the most important thing. Ralph asks, what do you think about volunteering there? I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can find a project. I guess I would say if they have interesting projects, that might be cool. I'm gonna look at design and media. And I see document template creation. So this one sounds interesting. I think documentation is actually something I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on this quarter, especially around organization and making sure that the rest of the team and larger team can find the documents that I'm creating. I'm just getting totally distracted by their little boop 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 funny little animations. I haven't seen this kind of pattern, but it's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, I think the images, I feel like this is a weird thing. I guess I do it on my own website, so I can't say too much about it besides calling hypocrite, because it does, I think, create some visual interest, so that's great. And at the same time, like, I feel like most images in most of these kind of card situations don't really do anything, right? Like, this is about creating a document, not playing with some kids in a garden, right? This is about creating a slideshow, not going for a 5K walk or run. Ooh. So, these look reasonably interesting. I'm going to see what happens if I click on these. Let's just look at this one. Design, what we need. Design a template for a document based on organization's visual brand guidelines. Design one document, an appeal letter. Please use presentation creation project. So this is actually cool. It tells you how much basically value you're delivering, which I think is cool, because you can talk about like your impact, right? You save this, you generated $945 for this organization. And they may also be able to, you may be able to follow up with them too in the future and say like, hey, I just want to know, you know, the document that I created, this appeal letter, how successful is it? What was the conversion rate? Did the conversion rate go up, like, compared with what you're currently using? I think this is kind of cool. I think if I had, I wish, my magic wand is like to have 32 hours in a day. So I can always get 8 hours of sleep and have extra time to do even more little projects like this. So I think this is super cool, Ralph. I'm gonna bookmark this in my sharing folder. Whoops, I guess I bookmarked this particular project. That's actually, I don't care about that as much as this bookmark. Oh my goodness, look at everything that's going on. So if I do design and media, does this thing get shorter? Let's bookmark this. Catch a fire. Skill volunteering. Cool. I'm gonna plug this, Ralph. Awesome. You're looking at doing one? Totally hit me up on Twitter. Happy to help you look at that. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on one second. Alright, I got the demo. I don't know if you could see it on camera. I guess I wasn't looking. Elbow technique, right? Does everyone know the elbow technique? Sneeze into the inside of your elbow. Actually, ideally, you should sneeze into a tissue. Because then you can throw it away right away. As we're in the high flu season. Gotta be careful, stay healthy. Cool. All right. So, we spent an hour on sharing portfolio review. We got some questions answered. Fantastic. Love the questions. Great questions. And I want to launch contest number 12 tomorrow. So I need to do a little bit of work, and that's what I'm planning on doing for the remainder of the time. I'm going to try to get this chat open in this other window so I can see easily when new chats are coming up. There's a few things that I need to do. I'm trying to think of in terms of importance. I'm gonna get a little to-do list going. Notion is okay. It's a really, really big sign in. Come on, come on. All right, so UX design contest. Here we go. All right, I'm just gonna make a new section because I can, because that's what Notion does. So contest number 12, I've got some to do. So I need to write email in MailChimp. I need to prepare tweets, I guess this can be prepare social media announcements. It's going to be Twitter, LinkedIn are going to be my two. Designer news. I'm going to email friendly influencers with request for sharing. I need to review and publish the contest webpage. I need to add highlight to the homepage. I also need to add contest 11. I still haven't done that yet. And then I also want to record a short video pitch for the contest. What else has to happen before? I think that's it. I think these are things. So I'm also gonna be thinking about a little bit what's maybe more interesting to look at. So I think I'm gonna spend some time doing the social media stuff and then the website stuff. Sound good? Let's do that. Trying to think of anything else. I need a better playbook that I can refer to. So I just like, cool, doing. Just have a list. I guess this is the start of that list. All right, so for the social media stuff, I have this query. I'm taking a what? No, there's this advanced search. How do I get to a saved search? I did this saved search thing. Search settings, blah, blah, blah. I have to Google it. How to access Twitter saved search. How to save searches. At the top of your results, save. Next time you tap the search box, a pop-up menu will display your saved searches. Really? Where? Here it is. Saved searches. Okay, it did it. Fantastic. So I'm using this, the Spaced Challenge, as inspiration. So here's what I've got so far. Let's see. Oh my goodness. How can I wrap these? Can you do wrap? Can't really do it, huh? Can you save? Can you save tweets? Let's open a new tab. If I tweet and I do this, and then what is this? Add another tweet. Interesting. I wonder if that's something I should do. All right, something I like to do. Oh, I'm over now. So this is actually a good thing. I should test for characters. Yours truly. Deadline is Friday, February 28th to improve a site or app you love. Can you say Happy Valentine's, or does it have to be Happy Valentine's Day? Is it weird to say Happy Valentine's? Happy Valentine's versus Happy Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. Happy 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 Valentine's Day. Okay. So definitely day. And now, deadline is Friday, Feb 28th to improve. Awesome. Cool. So now I can take this. Let me actually change the emoji. Let me do. Is it weird to blow a kiss at people in general on Twitter? Is that weird? A little weird? Guess so. How about just a heart? And then I can use the wave. There we go. This works. Cool. I'll just do the quick testing. These. That one's ready. That's the only one I really need actually right now. I'm gonna do that on Twitter. And then, oh, you know what? I just feel weird about emoji and spacing. Do people put a space after they add an emoji, or do they just add the emoji and then keep writing? I feel like some emoji are too close, and I want to put a space in there, and then other emojis seem to have plenty of space. Okay, so that one's gonna be ready. Cool. do I want to add any image to that? So I was thinking maybe create a quick snack this. UX design contest number 12 starts now. Kind of like this one. Let's pick this. 16:9. I think this is probably the one I want. Add a custom color palette. Okay, cool. So for the background, let me take some of these colors. So let's take this electric blue kind of color. So I don't remember exactly what color that is. Here we go. Find it here. And then the text and the highlight. So for the highlight, do I have anything that's red? Oh, I sure do. There we go. There's the red. Yes. That's cool, yeah. I mean, how much time it would take me to create this thing if I wasn't using it. I think you can also add a custom font. Oh, it doesn't let you pick a font? I feel like the other one you could, there was another one you could pick a font. Okay, let's see. Let's just search the whole computer for things that are .ttf. Botto, Poppins, Open Sans. Open Sans bold. See what happens if we do that. Does it still keep it all caps? Ugh. That doesn't look so great. How do we back up? Oh, this is interesting. Here we go. So you can click this to change the font. Nice. All right, let's just keep it like that. And is that dark enough, or should we make the text? I guess this is just an accent. So I think the contrast is okay. Cool. Let's get a little GIF going. Getting jiffy. And I can add that image there. Fantastic. This is going to go to... Oh, I need to have a link. Where's the link? It doesn't make a lot of sense if I don't tell anyone. Join the contest. Details at uxdesigncontest.com. This one would be a good one to have as a separate go. Details, rules, and more. Wait, alright, so actually I need to make sure I have the link in there. Man, that would have been silly. I do want to talk about, I do want to get people to follow the new Twitter thing. By the way, I should share that. If anyone is in chat and has a second to oh man, trying to log into Twitter with the, I think it's UXD contest. Yo. Nice. Okay, let me share this with you. What am I looking at? I'm looking at the UXD contest Twitter account that I set up 2 years ago, and I haven't tweeted once yet because I really haven't done any kind of marketing beyond just the live stream stuff and the thousands of people on the newsletter. Yeah, if you can follow, much love and appreciation. I'm gonna create a new follow on Twitter. For inspiration and support, please, so always pays to be polite in your requests, please follow UXD contest on Twitter. And then I can have this URL. Boom. Cool. That'll be a good start there. This is Twitter. Okay, is that thing done yet? Nice. Download this. Got it downloaded, fantastic, and then I'll be able to attach it here. Great. Alright, so that's pretty much the only post I need. I'll record the little video. Where's my Notion checklist? I can say I'm done with that. I'll just probably reuse the same content. Okay, web page stuff. Web page stuff. So, what's here? This is my local dev branch. So I've got this. Great. I'm going to want to change this to a link, an announcement. Let me get one more copy of this open with the new contest page. Actually, let's get contest 11 up first. What's stopping me from 11? Is there anything? I think that went to the event. Oh, I can change follow UX Adam on Twitter. Let's follow UX Design Contest. Great, so follow UXD Contest. All right, let's see if this works. So I need to look locally. So I need to go back, and that in. Great. So locally, what happens when I click this? Cool, it'll go up into this. Nice. Great. Good enough. Type form goes to the right place. Survey. Google Slides go. Nice. Design stream. Share your feedback. Cool. Where does this go? Make sure it still works. UX Design Contest Feedback Survey. May want to look at shortening that up a little bit. Andy Galpern, howdy. Nice to see you. Happy Thursday. I'm totally gonna hit you up, Andy, to help plug this contest once I launch it. You've got a great group of people with the cascade and everything. Okay, so this one can be ready to post. Previous to 10, next to 12. Great, I just want to hide that one temporarily. Let's hide this. Okay, save. Check it out. Can only go previous. That's great. And then part of this change though will be also, right, contest 10 needs the next. So let's make sure we get that piece too. What's new with you, Andy? What's new? Oh, thank you. I appreciate you dropping in. Enjoy your dinner, and hopefully we will meet up soon. All right, 11, 10. Nice, you can uncomment that. Get everything nice and clean. That This looks like it's working well. Let's double check that one. Next, yes, that's working well. Okay, I think those are ready to publish. Let's do that first. All kinds of stuff. So we're gonna do 10, 11. We're not doing that. We're just doing these changes. Excellent. Cool. Added contest number 11 page and updated links. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't do the home page, right? If we go back, can we go back? If we go back and back, here we go. So we have this past contest. So I need to do this kind of thing. I want to add it here as well. I think there's got to be a better way to start highlighting these contests too. Lisa, my first volunteer, helped me come up with a pattern for showcasing winners. So I think I'm going to start incorporating that going forward into these past contests. It's going to be easier too. Maybe not necessarily easier, it'll be just as easy, but hopefully it'll be even more compelling to go check out than just this text stuff. All right, but let's get that done too on the home page. Contest number 10, here we go. So it's just a divider. Oh, do I actually have a draft here? Oh, that would be so nice. It looks like I have a draft. Okay, let's save. Fantastic. And this goes to context 11. Cool. I'm just gonna put and a one-on-one video call with product designer and mentor and rough. Cool. Save that. Boom. Suppose I should link to myself so people are like, who's that? Let's do it. Can I do this? Will it work? No, my shortcut's not working. All right. Old school then. I'll write it out freehand. This is actually something I should create keyboard shortcuts for. Target equals blank. Product designers. Oops. Singular. Boom. All right. Cool. Now I think we have a set of things to release. Where's index? Holy moly, look at all this other stuff. Staging. Why is staging being included? Staging shouldn't be included. All right, whatever. Clean this stuff up later. Commit. Push. Excelente. And then we go home and we see, did our changes happen yet? Not yet. Empty the cache. I found that sometimes the thing that will make it appear faster is just to do another little commit and push it to GitHub. Seems like I get impatient here and then I do some little change. So let's come up with a little change like this. There's a new contest ready for you. That's in past contest. It's a little weird. So maybe we do, let's use a callout pattern. So I'm using a callout, or maybe I want to recruit volunteers. Maybe just turn this section on. Volunteers wanted. There's some things that I can't promise. The whole weekly one-on-one, this one's not realistic. I'm happy to do the design portfolio review, the written testimonial, an opportunity to help judge a contest. Yeah, those are all good. On our volunteers page, I still need to create the volunteers page. That's a to-do. So we added contest 11, great. We didn't add a highlight to homepage yet. Remove meta robots text, meta robots from contest 12. That's just, I have it set up so that Google is not indexing contest number 12. The page is actually up right now. But I don't have any links to it and Google's not indexing, so no one can find out about it, which is cool. I need to add, create volunteers page. I need to, this is part of web stuff. Add Twitter, add follow on Twitter button for @UXD contest. Okay, great, we can knock out a few more of these things as well. Sure, let's put the volunteer pitch up and see what happens. Let's take, I'm gonna take the portfolio review out. Let's offer less. Hopefully that will increase. Let's do one. Let's do this. Let's do, let's commit to video call. Oh, where do I say that? I say that down below too. And copy the exact same code. What? Here it is. I'll use this up above. What about exercising skills? That's this whole thing is about, right? There's also some work to do about. I would love for some help in getting sponsors. Let's just responsibilities, content planning, social media marketing, site design development. What else? What other kind of things do I think could be impactful? Those are the big things right now. Apply to volunteer. It's working. Do all the buttons have link? So that's interesting. So none of these have underline. Why does this one have an underline? All right, when I hover, it gets an underline. What's going on there? Style, inline styles, yuck. No good. Text decoration, none. So I just need to add this to my button. Class button, I guess is better. Button, here we go. Nice, and I have this on hover and inspector. Turn it off. Cool. Great, now it's working. Do I want to have this before or after? Maybe I have this way at the bottom. Because I'm going to be announcing a new contest and I don't want it to compete with what's already going on, I think what I'm going to do is move this all the way to the bottom. And also, what the heck is going on with this indentation? So I'm going to insert that all the way down. All the way down. Why are there two divs at the same level? That doesn't look good. There should be one over. There we go. What does this go to? This goes to this. And this sign up. Let's see how this looks. So poof, it should disappear. Cool, get to focus on the current contest. And then all the way down, get notified, and then volunteers wanted. So if you make it all the way down to the bottom, then you can do the apply to volunteer. I could also think about putting an apply to volunteer permanently down here as a more subtle thing. But we'll try this bigger pitch. Great. All right, let's push that out. So that CSS change, SAS and index, yes. Updated button style to remove underline on hover and move. Let's make this simple. Volunteer invite, added volunteer, wanted section back. And I updated button to remove underline on hover and moved volunteer wanted section to page bottom so it doesn't compete with new contest pitch. Boom, push. Now I'm expecting I'll see all my changes out. So, do we see contest 11? We do. Boom, contest 11. Fantastic. We can go to it and we can go to the previous, go back and forth. Nice. Cool. That is looking good. Can I cross anything else off? Add to contest 11. The email due after. Man, my throat is not feeling good. Just slightly unnerving. I feel like a lot of cold and flu starts with the throat for me. Hopefully it's just something that passes. Get some good sleep tonight. Alright, let me check out, see how the contest 12 is doing. I've got the winner thing stubbed out. Great. Let's take a look at it. So if I go here, I can review it locally. Improve the UX of a website or app you love. That you love. You love. Improve the UX of a website or app you love. That you love. I think I can get rid of the that. Short beats good. Yeah. Let's do it. Contest starts tomorrow. And by February 15th. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to set up entry form and type form. So let's do that actually next. Let's make sure we're all prepared to accept entries because I expect this page will be fine. We've got, let's say we. I want to do a shout out to the volunteer too. Let's see. I think what I'll do is I'll put a little call out on the top. So I'm going to. Oh, that's odd. Why is it? There's an empty paragraph there. Did I have that there intentionally? It doesn't look like it. Okay, let's add this. And I'm gonna say Huge thanks to Lisa. Double check how to spell her last name so I don't get it. Correct. Tinova. Huge thanks to our first volunteer, designer volunteer. Just say volunteer. Lisa Tinova, who helped design this contest. And then claps. See, how does that look? Huge thanks to our first volunteer, Lisa Tinova, who helped design this contest. Clap, clap, clap. It would be nice to get on one line. I mean, I guess eventually they are gonna wrap. But let's see, can I shorten it and still make it cool? Huge thank. First, I can put the number. We also don't need to say first. Huge thanks to our volunteer who helped design this contest. 4. Thank 4. You thank someone for helping design this contest. I think that makes it even longer. Ooh, almost. Maybe we don't need to say volunteer. Maybe we can just say the person's name. And then we'll put a link. This will link to her little bio and blurb on the volunteers page. Yes, I like it. Cool. And maybe we just do one clap. Is one clap enough? Oops, and I broke the closing paragraph tag. Oops, where am I? There we go. Nice. I think that's gonna be it. It looks awkward without the space, so I'm gonna add it back in. Okay. So it'll be updated. Great. Desired outcomes. Identify opportunities to improve your favorite website app. Apply user-centered design principles to upgrade experiences. Oop, that one has a period. That's awkward. It's inconsistent. There we go. You'll practice testing design with Usability Hub. You'll create a superpowered portfolio case study using Notion. Yes. Oh, these aren't links aren't going anywhere yet. All right, Usability Hub, quick. We have 5 minutes. 5 minutes left. 5-minute warning. If you have any questions that you want to ask me, now is a great time because we only have 5 minutes left in tonight's stream. Okay, so Usability Hub, Notion, Notion.so, not Nodio. think I have to use incognito window, otherwise it's gonna give me, yeah, that is the correct link. I also want this one to open in a new tab. So I'll do that. Usability Hub, fantastic. Notion, great. First prize, $100 for your favorite charity. One-on-one mentoring call. We'll just call it a video call. Don't need to make it so confusing. Product designer and mentor. Boom. I've said this one a lot. Let's see, do I still have the link handy? Where did I last use that link? There it is. So go back here, paste that in there. Should I keep? I think that's an interesting idea. Consider interviewing contest winners. I think that could be interesting. Could be really fun. And valuable, which is great. Saturday, February 29th. Yes, that works well. How to enter. Subscribe to YouTube channel. Yeah. Okay, so I have... Where did I have that link? Twitter link. Now I forgot. Somewhere. Oh, volunteer thing, right? Did I have it here? No. I feel like I'm going crazy. Where did I have that? Number 10? Here's where I had it. Here we go. Copy link. Okay. Because I got this follow, just follow. There we go. So I want to get those numbers up. Twitter, great. I could link, these seem like obvious places to link to as well. Usability Hub and Notion. I can grab that from above. Let's do that. There's one. Okay, and then Notion. Grab that one as well. Great. How's it looking? Submit your entry. Okay. All right, we're over a little bit. Let's knock this out though. I think we can get, if I can get this page done real quick, I'm gonna be feeling a lot more comfortable about launching tomorrow. Oh, hang on. I gotta do my Google stuff, my LastPass. Authenticator app on my phone. Trust for 30 days. Great. Now I'll bring it back so I can show you what's going on. Okay, EXD contests, contest 11, let's just duplicate this. And we're gonna change this to contest number 12. Boom. Change it here as well. We need to change the title of the contest. Why doesn't it show my cursor? It's not good. So this one is excuse me. Okay, do Saturday. All right. Saturday, February 29th. Okay. February 29th. Okay. Name, email address, individual or group, name and group, link to your online survey. So this one we don't have online survey. We have, we're gonna have 2 links. It's gonna be link to, no, just be one link. Let's make it so simple. It's just gonna be a link to the case study using Notion. There's literally just gonna be looking at the case study. So cool. That will simplify things a lot. Add a link to your Notion, to your case study on Notion. And I want to say this thing, required description. Make sure you've set your case, set your case study to be public. Notion, how to make a page public. Public pages. Make a page public. Here we go. Does this have an ID? Data block ID. Yeah, it does. Cool. So let's copy this link. Make your case study page public. And then I'll put instructions. Then I'll link to the instructions. See how full that is? Cool, and then this one is deleted, don't need that. Don't need this. Don't need this. which charity you're competing for. I do need this. What was your favorite thing? What would make this contest better for you? Thanks for your entry. Winners will be notified by email and on Twitter. Oh, I should ask what their Twitter handle is. By email and Twitter. By email and Twitter. What's your email address? And let's do, add one more question here. What's your Twitter handle? Twitter handle? Twitter username? Is that what you call it? Twitter username. On Twitter, your username or handle. What do people use more? A trick I like to use for understanding which language to use, I do a search within quotation marks. Twitter username 955K. Twitter handle 6 million. So I'm gonna go with handle. Right? Easy decision to make. Little pro tip in there. What's your Twitter handle? And I'll add a description. I'll make this required. I'll add a description. Example at UXD contest. And why don't we just link to, whoa, what happened? Oh, can I not just, yeah, that's good. There we go. Cool. Oh, I need to do another one. I need to duplicate this and then say, what are the Twitter handles of the other people in your group? One handle per line. Example at UXD contest. One